Hey everybody, welcome out to another episode of Balled Up Genetics. My name is Lloyd, and if you like reptiles, then this channel's for you. Let's get started. So on today's video, we're going to be showing you how we set up our hatchlings. We're going to go over talking to you about things you have to be aware of when you bring a new snake home, especially a ball python, and put it into an environment that it feels safe and secure so it's ready to eat. Okay, so you've gotten your ball python in either from a breeder or from a reptile show, and you have to understand a couple of things. One, the breeder has probably kept it in a racking system, because remember, ball pythons, their natural environment is to live in a burrow. So they're underground, they feel secure, have all this earth that's around them. They come out at night to hunt. So primarily they are a nocturnal feeder. They can come out during the day when it's not as bright out, it's cloudy, whatever's going on. Maybe they're a little bit closer into the forest canopy. But primarily they're going to come out at night. So they're in a racking system like the one behind me, and they feel nice and secure. You bring them home and you want to put them in a nice terrarium. It's open, and all of a sudden, your snake's not feeding. A week goes by, it's not eating. 2 weeks go by, it's not eating, and you're starting to get nervous. Couple of things. One, ball pythons can go off of food for a very long time. Now, of course, something this small, more than 2 weeks not eating, can be a problem. A larger ball python is not going to have so much of a problem. But a baby ball python, a yearling, typically they shouldn't be going that long when it comes to feeding them. One of the main things is they probably don't feel secure in that open terrarium. I know you went through a lot of hard work. You planted it, you put a lot of stuff in there, it looks really nice to you. Is it functional for that snake? Does it make that snake? Are there plenty of hides in there? You can have something as simple as a little, you can have something as simple as this, where you can cut open a hole. This is its cave. It can go in there and it feels nice and secure. The other thing is don't handle it a lot. Okay, let it settle in. Let it get used to its environment. Make sure there's plenty of hides in there. Put 2 or 3 in there for it. And then the next thing is going to be, more than likely, they've been fed live. It's just easier for a lot of big breeders to feed live. It's just convenience. It's quicker to do that instead of sitting there and feeding out a large amount of frozen thawed. I'm not saying all of them do that. Everybody does something different. I do both ways. I feed out frozen thawed, and I also feed out live. It just depends on the animal. Ask the breeder what they do, so going into it, so you're not changing also the way it eats up. Over time, you can change all that. You can do all that. But in the beginning, you want to try and keep it about to the same that the breeder was doing. And for something this size, really a ball python, 800 grams or less, you want to feed every 7 to 10 days. Something brand new like this guy, I'm going to feed about every 4 days. And again, that is just me. You've been doing this for a while, or you heard many different ways from many different people. You're going to have to find out what works for you. For me, a hatchling that is less than a month old, I'm going to feed every 4 days. Once they get a little bit bigger, more size on, it's going to go every 7 days. Eventually every 7 to 10 days. Once they're larger than that, then it depends on the size, but I can go with adults, I go 2 weeks. Everybody else, it's about 10 days. So the main thing is you want to make sure they feel secure, so have plenty of hides. If you're not putting them in a racking system and you're putting them in a terrarium, give them time. Number 2 is give them time. Give them time to acclimate to that new environment. It's totally different for them. They're not going to know what's going on. It's a new environment for them. They have to feel secure in that environment. 3 is try and feed the snake the same way that the breeder did. If they're feeding frozen thawed, what size are they feeding it? Is it pinkies? Is it fuzzies? Is it pups? Whatever. Is it mice? Is it rats? Or are they feeding live in different sizes? What size are they feeding? And try and recreate that. Over time, you can change it to the way you want to feed them. If you want to feed frozen thawed, you want to feed just live all the time, that's up to you to decide once the snake has been in your care for a while. For us here at Balled Up Genetics, what I'm going to do is I have, you can see over my shoulder right here, I have one of my hatchling racks. I have these Freedom Breeder FB5s in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up in these. So again, it's going back to putting them in a recreated burrow. It's having them enclosed, they feel nice and secure, and they're going to eat for me right away. In the beginning, I feed them live because I want that, not only that heat source for them to pick up on, but I want that movement too. So I'm going to feed them live. Then I slowly will start to convert them over to frozen thawed. But if you guys buy them from me before I do that, they're getting live is what's going on. And then it's going to be up to you to start feeding them or transitioning them over to frozen thawed. Back to the bins. Some people, do it different. They will put substrate in here, cocoa material, or they will put newspaper or paper towel. I will put paper towel in. So just like this one, you can see this paper towel, a little cup in the water container right there. I put the snake in. So then, he doesn't want to leave. So then I'll put the snake in and I'll put him in their drawer. You can also use different containers. For years I've used these. Same thing. I put newspaper in there. I put a little dish of water. They go in a racking system. They feel nice and secure. Then later on in those containers, I will switch it over to cocoa bedding so I can start maintaining a better humidity level for those snakes. And that's how we do it here at Balled Up Genetics. We do use racking systems. We use ARS and Freedom Breeder bins. I don't really have a preference. I like using both from both companies, but that's what I do. So I put them in a racking system and I feed them live for the first few meals. When you guys buy them from me, I will let you know that. I'll walk you through what I do and possibly what you should do. If you have a bunch of snakes, great, but if you're a first-time snake owner, I'm going to walk you through how to get the snake to feeding for you. I'm always there to answer questions for you guys. But again, I just wanted to go over just some quick little things when it comes to that. All right, everybody, so that's it for this video. I hope it was a little informative for you. Again, this is just what we do, some of the things that we do, our opinions. We do stuff that works for us. What works for you is going to work for you. But some of the tips that we have given you in this video will help you with your ball python to start eating when you bring it home for the first time. But if you can do me a quick favor, subscribe down below, turn on that post notification bell so every time we upload a video, you're going to be informed. Of course, if you can share these videos on social media platforms, it's going to help spread the word and make this channel even bigger, and we can start putting on better content. Again, check us out on Morph Market for some of these babies that'll be coming up pretty soon after we get a few meals into them. You can always check us out also on our Instagram page at Balled Up Genetics. And until the next video, take care, and we'll see you again real soon.